Hey everyone, this is just going to be a short video showing you something you could do if you have a graphics card that's way overpowered for the game you're trying to play. And this is just a situation where I could either run Dark Souls 3 at basically 60 FPS, 4K max settings with my 1080 Ti, or I could run the game at 30 FPS and 6K in max settings. Now, in case you're wondering why would you ever want to do this, this is not how I actually played the game. I played it just at 4K. But even at 4K, depending on the size of your monitor, and mine's a 32-inch, you still can see some shimmering and some aliasing and some other artifacts that you wouldn't see if you're running the game, say, at like 12K or something where, you know, there's just no way to see individual pixels. But 4K looks amazing. But, you know, it still isn't perfect. And if you have extra graphical horsepower, you can use Supersampling, like a video of mine you may have seen a couple months ago. You can use Supersampling to make everything look a bit cleaner. Now, would I want to give up 60 FPS for 6K? Like, would I rather play at 60 FPS and 4K than 30 FPS and 6K? Yes, I would. So again, this isn't necessarily what I'm recommending you do. This is just an example of what you could do. Now, you're not going to be able to see how sharp this actually is when you're playing it, because of course YouTube's compression is going to kill that a little bit, and you're not going to see any incredible Dark Souls skill on display here, but what you might be able to get a feel for is how clean everything looks, like how totally devoid of aliasing, shimmer, or any sort of artifacting that this overall visual presentation has, because it actually looks incredibly good. Like, I'm used to playing the game at 4K, the game looks great at 4K, and at 6K there is a noticeable difference, and I honestly wasn't expecting that. So go ahead and watch the footage. Like I said, there's not going to be any incredible, you know, gameplay on display here, but you may be able to see how clean everything looks, and unless you absolutely hate 30 FPS, you know, this is something you might want to consider, because there are plenty of games that modern GPUs can play it way better than 4K, especially games that were made maybe like 2 or 3 years ago and you've got a modern GPU. So watch it, check out some of the other games in the Games at Max Settings playlist, and have a great day.